What's up, YouTube? Let's do the hard Sudoku puzzle from Netflix Puzzled for December 8th, 2025. This one is called Standing Dominoes. So as you can see, the given digits all form two-cell dominoes. So that's what we have today. So before we start, be sure to subscribe for more Sudoku videos like this. I am still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We are over 800 subscribers now, so I still think we can do it. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you'd like to try this puzzle yourself, there will be a link in the description. So with that said, let's fill the grid. All right, so the first thing I notice is 5 and 4. Are forming a pair here in this box. So let's just center mark that, 5, 4, or 4, 5, I guess. And so this is going to be a triple. This is going to be a 1, 2, 9 triple. All right, and it looks like we can just place a 9 here because of the 1 and the 2 in the top row. So that's going to be a 9. Now this is going to be a 1 because we have a 2 over here. Could also have just looked at the 2s. I'm looking at the error checker here, but the 2 and the 2 point into the box. Okay, so this has to be a 2, and this has to be a 1. So we'll pencil 1s in here. We'll follow up on this if we can. 1. Let's look at this row. We need a 1, 8, and 9. So this sees 1 and 8, this cell, so this has to be a 9. That's going to make this a 1, 8 pair. So we'll take those corner marks out. And we can place a 9 right here as well. So 3 is going to be actually in this cell. 3 looks across. This 3 looks up, so this is a 3. We can place one more 3 here. And we're left with 3 in this box, so let's just fill that in. We still need a 4, 7, 4, 6, and 7. So the only thing we can eliminate is 4 from this cell because of the 4 in the column. So might as well just look at the rest of this box. We need a 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually we can place an 8 right here. If you look, we have 8 looking across here. We have 2 8s looking up here. So we can just place that 8, and then we're down to 3. So we're down to the 5, 6, and 7. 5 is going to be in one of these 2 cells, and we can place a 5 right here. This is going to be, what did I say, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we'll just do that there. This is only going to be 6 or 7 in this cell. I'm actually going to take the 5 corner marks out because we have our 2 5s down here, so we don't really need those there. We don't need them for this band either. So let's move down. Actually, before we do that, let's do a quick vertical scan. We did do a lot of stuff up here, so I just want to make sure, thinking vertically for a minute before I go and do a scan here. So let's see, 5, 2, 9, and 3. We already have all of that in here. In fact, let's just pencil this because we're only down to 4 in this box, so might as well mark that. We need a 1, 6, 7, 8. So neither of these 2 right here can be 8. So that puts 8 in one of these 2 cells. This can't be a 1. Okay. Anything else? We can pencil 2 in one of these 2 cells. So this is what I mean by doing a vertical scan here. I want to pencil these 2s before I come down to this area here. So 4. Don't know that there's much else. Actually, we can pencil 5s. Ones are in one of these 3 cells. I'm going back over to this stack here. We need or we can pencil 4s here. I'm actually noticing from this 4 looking down and these 2 4s looking across. I don't, we can pencil 9s right here. Got this 9 looking down. This 9 looks across. So that's going to limit 9 to these 2 cells, and that's going to put 9 in one of these 2 cells here. And that may be all I can do there, but let's take a quick look here. We can place a 7 now here. We could have done that from the start anyway, but 7 and 7 look into this box. So this is a 7. It eliminates 7 from there. It's going to give us a triple here. So this is going to be a 3, 6, 8 triple. This cell is not an 8. This is not a 3. So I'm going to pencil the rest of this box in. So we still need a 1, 4, 5, and 9. So neither of these here can be a 9. This can't be a 5. So that's marked up. 8 is going to be in one of these 2 cells with this 8 looking down. 3 and 6 are also going to be limited right here. Let's see. I'll just center or corner mark it and notice that 3 can't go here. Okay. All right, so now let's do a scan this way. We got our 4s. I don't know if there's going to be much here, except we can pencil 2s right there. And then 2 is going to be in one of these 2 cells. Three we got. Okay, so let's do a quick scan here. And I don't see too much with that. So let me actually think about this though. This cell here can be 1, can't be 2, 3, could be 4, 5, 6. It could be, so it could be 1, 4, 6, and that's it. I don't know that that does too much, but I'm just going to mark that. So I'm going to basically go around looking at rows and columns now and kind of hopefully find something. Let's think about this. This might be interesting. This is not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5, not 6, 7. This has to be an 8 right here. So we did find something there. That's an 8. Now we can place 8 here in this box. So we're down to 1, 6, 7. The 1 has to be in one of these 2 cells. And we have a 1 here, so 1's going to be in one of these 2 cells. 8, we already knew 8 was limited here. This column is down to 1, 4, 5, 9. Oh, and this is forced. And this is another thing we could have seen right off the bat. This 5, 4. I probably should have seen that right away when I noticed this 4, 5 pair. But in this column, 5 and 4 are forced into these 2 cells. So this can't be a 1. That's first of all. Second of all, this is a 1, 9 pair in these 2 cells. And we know that 1 had to be in either this cell or this cell in this box. So this actually has to be a 1, and this has to be 9. And that places a 9 right here. It gives us a triple here, which is a 3, 6, 2. We need a 2. 2's not going to go here. Oop, it's not going to go here. So let's just center mark all of this. 2, 3, 6, 2, 6. Okay, so this is a 2, 3, 6 triple, which doesn't really impact the rest of the column because we already have that filled out and we have the remaining digits filled out already in there. So let's see. We know 1's going to be in here. I don't really have to center mark that, but let's look at this row. We need a 3, 4, 6. So the only place for 4 in this row now is right here. This can't be a 4. This can't be a 4. So this is a 4. And that's going to be 3, 6. 4 is placed right here now. Okay, so that resolves the 4, 5 pair in this column and also in this box. This can't be 4 anymore. So we have a 6, 7 pair in this column. That makes this a 1. Okay, we just got to clean up some stuff here. It's not 1. This is also not 6 because of the 6, 7 in the column. So this is a 4. Right? That's not 4, 5. This is actually a 1 now. This is 9. This is 4. Let's come over here. We can place a 9. And we can see from the corner marks that we can place that 9. But I'm also going to just double check. We have 9 here, and 9 up here. So the only place for 9 in this box is right here. That's not 1. That's not 9. So 1... Did I have? Yes, we have 2 1s looking down into this box. We have a 1 over here now, so we have to put 1 right there. Come up here, remove a 5, 6, 7 points here, and makes this a 4. Okay, looks like we're going to be doing pretty well on this puzzle. 2, 6, 7 for this cell. Yeah, I don't want to speak too soon. You never know. You never know. But this is 2, 3, 6, 7 for, well, let's look at this row. This row is 2, 3, 6, 7, and the same thing for the box. So we need, for these 2 cells, let's just fill out 2, 3, 6, and 7. That can't be 2, that can't be 3. We got 3, 6, 7 for this column. It could be any one of them. 2, 3, 6, 7 for this box. Okay, so 2, 3, 6, 7. This is not 2 or 3. This is not 7. Okay, so 7. All right, what do we need for this row? Let's just keep going around here until I notice something. Hopefully I'm not missing something. We need a 1, 6, 7, 8. For this, let's see, 4, 3, 2, 9. So 2, 9, 5. 5. We can place this 5. Okay, so that narrows this column down to 4, which is 1, 6, 7, 8. It's just going to be, undo. Okay. This cell can only be 6, 7, or 8. Down here we need a 2, 3, and 6. And that's not going to be 3. For the column, we need 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. And it can't be a 1, so we have a 6, 7 in this column. That's something I didn't see. So this has to be a 5. This is not 2 or 3, or no, it can't be 6 or 7. And this can't be 6. So we got a 2, 3 pair here. So this can't be 3. All right, 2, 3, 6, 7. 6, 2, 3, 6, 7. Wow, this came to a grinding halt all of a sudden. I'm gonna have to chop some time out of here because I'm gonna have to think about this for a little bit. We do have a unique rectangle right here. Okay. And I'm gonna use it because I don't see anything else. There's probably, I'm thinking with all that's going on here, there may be something else that I could use, but I do see a unique rectangle here. Oh no, we don't. No, we can't do that. We cannot do that. The reason is that it's not in exactly 2 houses or boxes. So this is not a unique rectangle on 6, 7. If it was, if this was only in 2 different boxes, then we could just eliminate, or we can make this a 2 and then go from there. But we can't do that. We cannot do that. So we might be able to use a skyscraper. That's what I'm going to do. I just noticed it anyway. So if you look at the number 7 right here in this column, again, in this case, the skyscraper is kind of sideways. So this is the floor of the skyscraper. So we have 7 here, 7 here, 7 here. That's okay. We can have 7 possible in a number of different cells. But what we're then looking for is 2 rows in this case because the skyscraper is leaning to the side, where 7 is restricted to just 2 cells. So we have that in this row, and we also have it in this row. Okay. So again, this is the floor. Think of this as the floor and think of this as the wall of the skyscraper right here. Now we need a cell that sees both tips of the skyscraper. So we have this cell here that sees this cell and this cell. 7 and 7. And what it's a skyscraper on 7s. So what we're trying to eliminate is a 7 from this cell, and we can do that. We can make that a 6. Because there's no scenario where when you have this arrangement of a skyscraper, it's always going to work out where this has to be a 6. Okay, so let's make it a 6 and proceed from there. And I would imagine with this being the 6, 7 puzzle, this is going to get us pretty far. I think. Let's hope. That's 2, that's 7, 3 and 6, 3, 6 and 2, 2, let's go over here, 6, 3, 7, 2, 8, 6, 1, 7, 8, 6, and 3. And we still have 1 and 8 up here, which I didn't see. Okay, 1 and 8. All right, excellent puzzle again. These puzzles are just phenomenal. For classic Sudoku puzzles, they just knowing that they're handcrafted, the given digits are always symmetrical and arranged in a way that corresponds with the title of the puzzle. And by the way, the easy and the medium versions of the Netflix puzzled Sudokus are also, I'm assuming, handcrafted as well, because they have titles and the digits are symmetrical. And for, especially considering that they're easy, the easy puzzle is definitely easy, but you still have to think a little bit on the easy puzzle and then the medium as well. Anyway, those are both very nice puzzles as well. But on this one, I mean, this solve went super smooth until the very end, where I had to really think for a little bit before I found that skyscraper. There was probably some other things in there that could have been used. So if you saw something else in the puzzle and you used it, let me know in the comments. Let me know how you did in the comments, and I will see you next time.